Hi guys, hope you're doing well. I'm doing this video literally 10 minutes after the last video that I did, but I didn't realise that the last video was going to be so long. 10 minutes is a long video for me. But I wanted to talk about the reason why the Classic 350 fits me. I have a lot of people asking me, don't you find it cramped and how do you fit on it, and you must look ridiculous, and I do look ridiculous on it. There's no doubt about it. But there are reasons to why I find it really comfortable. But I'll talk about that in a second. Before that, I wanted to tell you the continuing story about the girl that I was with, who I dumped and got engaged to instead. So we carried on going out with each other, and the reason I'm telling you this story is fresh in my mind because a friend of mine who's got koi carp, you know, those big goldfish, asked if I'd look after them whilst they went away for a weekend, and I said no. And I said no because of this story, and it will all become clear. So I continued seeing this girl, and she was going away with her family to America for 2 weeks, and her dad, who liked me, all the dads like me, said would I house sit, and not only house sit, but would I look after their German Shepherd dog called Whiskey and their goldfish called Randy. What a name, after Randy Crawford apparently. And I think it was the name of the goldfish, the make of it was Aranda. It was a really ugly goldfish with a big head. Anyway, so I thought, yeah, I'll do that. I mean, it's going to be a tough one because I was a bit concerned about looking after this huge German Shepherd dog, but it was fine. And I thought it'd be nice. They had a really big house up in northwest London, in Colindale, and so I thought, yeah, it'd be great. So all went well. A couple of days before they were coming back, I came down in the morning, and Randy was dead, floating on the top of the tank. I'm not laughing because of the death of a goldfish, by the way. I'm just laughing about thinking about the story. I love animals. Before anyone says, oh, you shouldn't be laughing at the death of a goldfish. Anyway, so I was horrified, obviously. I thought, what am I going to do? They're back in a couple of days. Randy's dead. So I fished him out, put him in some oh god, put him in some tissue paper, and there was only one goldfish shop that I knew, or pet shop that I knew back then. I mean, this is a long time ago, and there weren't Pets for Home or whatever they're called. They were just little independent shops. So I thought, right, I'm going to take him over to the pet shop and see if I can get a lookalike. And no one needs to know. Perfect. So I went over, took Randy to the pet shop, went in, put him on the counter, unwrapped him, and the guy just looked down at him. I said, "Have you got one that looks like him?" And he said, "Oh," he said, "they're rare, those ones. All we've got are fantail goldfishes." And I looked at them, and they looked nothing like Randy. I was thinking, "Oh my god." He said, "What happened?" I said, "I found him dead this morning." And he said, "Was he definitely dead and not asleep?" I said, "What?" I said, "He didn't have his pajamas on." Or I said, "How do I know?" He said, "Because goldfish apparently sleep with their eyes open." Now, it'd been handy to have been told that before I was given the responsibility. But anyway, I was certain when I'd taken this goldfish out of the tank, his gills weren't moving, and he definitely was dead. But this guy put an element of doubt in my head, thinking, "Oh my God, was he just asleep?" I've killed the goldfish. Anyway, so I was certain that he was dead, and for all of you haters that start hating on me, he was dead, right? So I said, "Look, I'll take the fantail." I don't know what I was thinking. So I took the fantail home, put him in the tank, and he was fine. He looked lovely, much better looking than the Randy was. Anyway, 2 days later, they came back, and I kind of was a little bit worried, as you would be, because it was a completely different goldfish. And they came back in, and the dad said, "Oh my God, what's happened to Randy?" In my head, I was going to say, "What are you talking about? It's the same fish. You just forgotten what he looks like. You've been away for 2 weeks." But I thought better of it, and I came clean and said, "Look, I'm really sorry, but Randy was found dead yesterday morning or the day before, and I've replaced him with another goldfish. I know it's not Randy, but I thought you might like another one. And they were all right. I mean, they were fine, really. And it was the little boy, her younger brother, my girlfriend's younger brother's goldfish, actually. And he was fine. He didn't care. And I should have shut up then. I shouldn't have said anything else. But for some reason, in my head, all I could think about was the fact that goldfish sleep with their eyes open. So, stupidly, because I am simple, I said, did you know that goldfish sleep with their eyes open? And both the mum and dad, you could see, he's a goldfish murderer. Anyway, that's the story about the, oh, it was horrendous. Anyway, but Whiskey, the German Shepherd, was all right. He had a great time. So 1 out of 2 is not bad. Anyway, back to my 350. So my most popular video, it's a short one, as my other half keeps saying. Oh no, it's a short video, but I've had 140,000 views on it, and I think it's titled "A 6'4" bloke on a 350 classic. Now, the reason I fit that bike so well, and I know I look stupid on it, the reason I feel comfortable on it is because I slide back onto the pillion seat, because the pillion seat is pretty much the same height as the rider seat. So I could never use that bike comfortably with the rear seat removed, which is a shame because they look really good with the pillion seat removed. But if I slid back onto the pillion seat, I found it a really comfortable bike to ride. And I always thought all bikes were uncomfortable for me because I couldn't, my legs were really tucked up and I felt cramped. And it was only the old man from Darcy and the Old Man who has said a few times that he likes bikes that have got bench seats because you can slide back. And he is spot on. That is why the Bonneville, and especially that brown seat that I've got on it, that I know some of you don't like. One of you called it a dog turd. And I kind of get that. But that's why I like that seat so much, because I can slide right back on it and it gives you more legroom. There's nothing worse than feeling cramped, and a lot of these bikes have the pillion seat sort of up above the rider seat and you can't move, so you're stuck in that position. And if you're tall with a 34-inch inside leg, which I am, after a while, and it's a brief while actually, now I'm in my 50s, it doesn't take long before I'm feeling uncomfortable. So that's what I do, and that's the biggest thing for me with bikes, is I've got to be able to slide back. But that's why the Classic 350 is fine for me, so long as I keep the pillion seat on it. Speaking of seats, I have cleaned and then bought some saddle soap. This stuff, what's it called? Leather soap. It's absolutely brilliant. I know it's backwards. Absolutely brilliant. A friend of mine used it on his bike, and I'll spin the camera around and show you. I've cleaned the seat and I've used this saddle soap and it looks amazing. Let me spin the camera around. I have to say, guys, I know a few of you aren't keen on this seat, but a lot of you do like it. I absolutely love it for comfort and for the way it looks and the colour of it. I'm so glad I didn't dye it. I think it looks really, really good, and it's so comfortable. And now I've given it a really good clean and used some saddle soap on it. The creases are less noticeable and it keeps it in nice condition, because I really do love this seat. So yes guys, really pleased. Still got all the bits, and I am going to get the seat recovered and change the exhaust probably next week, so it will have brand new exhausts. Let me make it, that's it, brand new exhausts. Yeah, I still love this bike, guys. I absolutely love it, and when I get my second bike, this is going nowhere. I really can't see me getting rid of this for a long time. It is the nicest bike to ride for me. And yeah, it's going nowhere. All right guys, this is another long one. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ride safe.